And we are back. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the afternoon show. It's 3 o'clock Eastern time, and we're here for the final hour of the day. Good stuff. And welcome all to the show. And thank you, those of you who are sending messages in today. Thank you for these thumbs ups already. Hi, everybody. We're down 26 on the market, the Dow. We're down 10 on S&P. We're down 59 on Nasdaq. Now, at the end of the day today, after the close, GameStop comes out with their third quarter financials. So we'll see what happens there. The shares, in the meantime, since I left you, they went from about 21 or 22.50, 22.60, went all the way down to 21.97 for a brief moment, just around 1:30 this afternoon. We topped back up to this 22.70 level, came all the way back up there. Now we're down to 22.53 or so, hanging around here. Now, between now and the bell, what could the shares do? Nothing. They could go back to 22 or they could go up to 23. They can do anything. The last 2 days have been sort of interesting and revealing in that the shares have backed off $4 a share at least going into today's action. Now we're down 84 more cents. We're close to a $5 dip on this stock in 3 trading days, or 2.5 trading days. And that's just got to tell me that the attitude out there, the vibe, the hunch is negative. Now, maybe, perhaps, the shares have dropped enough, and no matter what the company says, the shares might have a bit of a pop. But I wouldn't trust the aftermarket tonight, and I wouldn't trust the pre-market tomorrow morning for serious guidance, unless the stock really moves a lot, like more than 10%. But if the move isn't even 10%, I wouldn't put any stock into after hours and pre-market trading. I'd wait till the opening, then I'll render my verdict. Yeah, let's see what happens. 22.50 now, down 89 cents. The volume on the day now is 6.7 million shares. I'll give it that much. I will admit and happily report that at almost 6.8 million shares, we have 1.7 million pre-split shares trading hands. Well, we should have this much trading hands. It's the day of earnings. There's got to be a lot of speculation going on here as to what is happening. I mean, it's only reasonable. Could tomorrow be another 6-8 million share day? It could. It might be less than that if the earnings are like an anticlimactical thing. But if it's a really shockingly bad or shockingly great set of announcements, well, then we'll get even more. We'll even get more activity. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not expecting a lot. I really think that we're likely to get just the impact of inflation eating up margins. I'm anticipating the beginning of a slowdown economically because there's one coming. Don't know if it's hit the gaming sector yet head on. I'm not expecting double-digit increases on anything. I'm not expecting the online side to be unbelievably huge all of a sudden. I have had no indication, no one has, about any massive increase in online sales, unless we're missing something. Just don't know. And so I'm not really expecting anything great. Terrible? I don't think so. But continued slippage, maybe a little larger loss on slightly higher sales, but lousier margins, maybe. That I don't know. They haven't raised any money this quarter. They didn't do that. They didn't dilute the shares. They didn't, didn't do any of that. There's been departures, though. We've had people leave. They are cutting costs. We are aware of that. And now the question is, will the cost cutting show in the fourth quarter, the first quarter of next year? When will the cost cuts actually hit the numbers? Because when you let people go, You do have, in some cases, people getting severance, earning out their shares, whatever, and you have to book it. You have to put it into your financials and, you know, show the financials, show the hit to the financials right away, and then the benefit of lower expenses will pile up as each quarter goes along. The thing that I wonder about is cutting up to 600 staff, if that's what they've actually done. The cost savings of not paying out those wages will be offset by increased costs of 8% inflation across 4,200 stores or something like that. It's a back and forth thing. So we'll see if it's a big nothing burger when it's all said and done. Okay. 2253 is where the shares are at right now. And like I said, it's just under 7 million wine. Okay. So the Dow is down 3 points. S&P down 8 and NASDAQ down 51. The NASDAQ is down half a percentage point. It has been negative almost all day long. The NASDAQ has not been willing to turn the corner like the Dow has tried a few times. The Dow was negative in the first 15, 20 minutes, went positive just after 10 o'clock this morning, and stayed positive until 11:30. So it had about an hour and a half of a positive run. Then it went negative for about an hour, positive again at noon until just around short of 2 o'clock. And now we're right around the line. We're positive or negative, we're positive or negative. It's one of those days. This is not a big time recovery, bargain hunting day because the rally will continue now kind of thing. That doesn't seem to be happening. It's more of a treading water here. And do we go lower again starting tomorrow and Friday to have a bad week? Is that it? Is that the plan? That's your whole plan? We're going to find out. Remember, there's only Zool. There's only Zool. There's nothing else. All right, we're down 32. We're down 11 on S&P, and we're down 62 on NASDAQ. Okay, that is the story. Oil down $1.92. Hello, $72.33. The U.S. government added oil to the oil market domestically in the USA from the National Petroleum Reserve. When the United States government does this, just in case you don't know, the oil that's released from the National Reserve is sold into the market for money. Okay. And when the American government buys oil back to refill the National Reserve, they buy oil with money. So I'm kind of curious. Don't you think that the American government was selling oil when it was, higher in price, right? It was. How much higher in price? Like what kind of money per barrel did the U.S. government haul in when it sold crude to the U.S. domestic market? Like in the last year or so. Remember, the Biden administration was fighting this oil spike and this gasoline spike any way they could come up with. And they announced that they would sell into the, petroleum reserve. Now, they sell oil from the petroleum reserve. As far as I remember, the oil, and I'm looking at a chart here, back in 2022, in March 2022, the oil got up to 123 a barrel in March of 2022. So that's what, 8 months ago. It had run up from like $70 a barrel at Christmas time last year, 72, and then by January it was 78, and then through January it was 86, 87, and in February it was 88, 92, up to 100, and then by March, it went 103 on the first, and then on the second was 110, and on the third it was 107, then 115, 123, and then it had a dip back to 95 on the 16th of March, only to go back to 114 a barrel on the 22nd, 23rd of March again. April only got down to about 94, 95, hung around the $100, $105 mark all through April. Then May, all the way up to $122 a barrel again on the 8th of June. So, I mean, March, April, May, June, this oil price was, up to 120, from 90 to 120. And it hung around the $100 mark all the way until the end of, kind of the end of July, just short of the end of July, just the last week. It finally broke the $100 barrier. Now, here's the question that I have. Your buddy Uncle Bruce is asking you, don't you think that the American government sold virtually all of the oil from the National Reserve that they were going to sell, maybe at an average of $110 a barrel, and they haven't bought any back, and it's now at $72 a barrel. The rumor is that the U.S. government will probably start buying oil between 65 and 70 to replace it. Now, if you do your, rough mathematics, if you're getting $110 for oil, roughly, and you buy it back at $70 a barrel, roughly, that's $40 a barrel. That's a profit. I mean, they shorted it, right? They sold it to buy it back. Could the American people, the wonderful people of the United States of America, who I guess, did the United States sell? Do you remember how much oil this was? Was it 50 million barrels? Was it 100 million barrels out of the 400 million they're sitting on? How many millions of barrels did the United States sell from its reserve into the market? And how many will they buy back? If they do buy back 100 million barrels, let's just use that round number, at $40 a barrel less, if they pull this off, isn't that a $4 billion profit to the citizens of the United States of America? Wouldn't that make Joe Biden one of the greatest presidents of all time, making America $4 billion on oil it was sitting on? Not bad, don't you think? Got oil down, didn't it? You got one. This is during a war. This is in the middle of a war in Europe. He's doing this. I mean, this is a pretty smart administration. If they pulled this off, history books will be kind and will say, well, that was a pretty good move they pulled off there. You got to wonder. I don't know. I'm just asking. Facts are facts. A profit's a profit. Now, if it's only 50 million barrels, then they've cleared 20 billion, right? If it's not 10 million barrels. I think the U.S. the strategic reserve is pretty large. I thought it was closer to 400 million barrels, but I don't know. Do any of you know this? Do any of you actually care? Because I know you all love Joe Biden. I mean, you just can't get enough of the guy. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what I heard also? Because of the win last night by, was it Warnock over the other candidate, the former football player, Herschel Walker, the man with, I don't know how many wives and children, I don't know. Anyway, because that went to the Democratic senator who now retains his seat, Joe Biden is the first president in a long time that didn't lose a single senator in a by-election. That is a huge political coup. That is apparently almost unheard of. So the Democrats really avoided a plague. Now, look, I'm on the outside. I'm a Canadian, okay? You know that. Many Europeans and South Americans and Asians and Africans, or those of us who are not Americans, we are watching with great interest what's been going on with this, midterm election. It was the talk of the planet for a long time. I can tell you we are relieved out here. We are so relieved that it didn't go with a huge Republican wave, because it would have completely stopped government dead in its tracks. It's bad enough as it is that the Republicans have the House. The bad news for the Republicans is they have a 4-seat majority, and they have got wackos in their party that are splitting off into all kinds of camps, and they all want to do all kinds of goofy stuff, and no one person can gather them all up and make them vote as a block. There is no Nancy Pelosi in the Republican House that can put the party together and vote in one block. That isn't going to happen. Whoever it is for the Republicans, they got themselves a herding of the cats problem. And the cats are crazy. They are nuts. So, it could be interesting when certain bills come up for a vote, and the Republicans are hoping to pass a certain bill. They call the vote, and the Democrats vote as a block against it. and, now, and now they're fighting amongst themselves to find the majority to convince themselves to go, rather than to join with the Democrats. This is going to be goofy, just goofy. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, time will tell. But in any event, lots of wild stuff going on out there. Look, thank you, Arturo, for number 48 thumbs ups. KC for number 47 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. Alberto is in the house, my man. Where have you been? GameStop expiring 113.23 for 305 at White Feather. He's talking back and forth. Welcome all to the party. Great to have you all here. Nice to see you here in the house. Brian, I just bought a bunch of GameStop shares at 22.22. Cheap. GameStop has been hovering around 23.27 for the past 3 months. I'm just hanging out. There you go. Larry Titus is here at number 38. Thank you, my friend. Good to have you with us. Welcome all to the party, pals. It's great to see you. Let's see if anyone around here is going to make some money today. All right. What else is going on? Let's see. Beach Boy is here. Alberto and DQ. There can only be one. Kent is here. Brian, GameStop is fun. I love the craziness of GameStop. The stock has personality. Alberto, Beach Boy, I was waiting for you to chime in. John Malone, I'm number 60. Good afternoon, everybody. Nick S., I'm number 62 today. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here and throwing up these thumbs ups for us. We're pushing in 100 real fast. Love that. Thank you all. Let's see what we got going here. Thank you, all of you that are out there, the lurkers. You lurkers. Thank you, lurkers. Please make sure to subscribe if you're a lurker. Appreciate that. Those of you who are deciding to not be a lurker anymore, and you've decided to join the party as a member of this channel, I thank you. We're going to member-only chat right now. I appreciate all of you who have made the commitment to this channel to help keep it on the air. I do appreciate it very, very much, as does Auntie Jen. We love you. 76 thumbs ups. Look at that. 76 thumbs ups. Fabulous. All right. What's going on here? Let's see. What's going on? Good afternoon, everybody. A doubtful philosopher. Splayer's wondering about this. Thanks for mentioning oil, but what's with the oil buy price in the U.S.? There are rumors they want to buy it back near 70 or something. We're hearing 65.70 is, but I don't know anything about it yet. What else is going on here? Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce, I bought back today 30 GameStop $25 contracts that expired in January 2023, with a nice profit. I bought 30 back. Then I sold 30 23.75s for February at 404, and they are already trading around 350 right now. I'm starting to love those down days. There you go, Mirko, making money on top of making money. Way to go. Well done, my friend. Dude, the 34 thumbs up position is very lucrative. I've had some of my best premiums with that thumb in previous trading days. Congratulations. Mirko, thank you for your suggestion. You got it. Beach Boy Kent, the stock has personality. Have you been missing your therapy appointments lately? Nah, I got personality issues. Dude, White Feather RC, you might look to write long covered calls on the next earnings. Put in lots of premium and hold for depreciation. All righty. What else is going on here? Mirko, I still have 10 GameStop 2250s for January 20th, waiting on earnings before I do anything with them. I think they will be out of the money very shortly. Well, 2257, we're right there. So way to go, Mirko. Let's see. Nick asks, we need an independent party who works only for people's interest. Christina, I have made about $6,000 in 2 weeks on GameStop. Thank you for dropping $5 this week alone. Christina, I now have 22 contracts to sell somebody. Kent is laughing with Beach Boy Options Nomads, number 76. Thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Kent, Christina, nice. You are so daring in your writing. You deserve to make these profits. JR, I am number 82, and D. Truda, I'm 85. Bruce, you're only 15 away. I see 86 thumbs ups, 14 to go. Now I got 87, only 13 left to get. And we will be at 100 thumbs ups. The only thing I can say about that is, of course, neat. Up come the knee emojis in response to the fact that we're going to hit 100 thumbs ups here in just mere moments. Thank you, everybody, for coming through, as you always do for us. So appreciate it. The knee emoji attack is underway. Now let's see how the markets work for us. JR just jumped in the knee emoji attack. Mirko is on it. Here they come. The knee emojis are coming out. And when the knee emojis hit this chat room, look out. Stocks do what we want them to do. Options do what we want them to do. It just all works out. Deep Value Investing is in the house, hitting the knee emojis. Here's Kareem saying, you got my thumbs up there, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Deep Value Investing is nailing it. Dude, the dude is in there with the knee emojis. There they come, one after the other. Untamed Viking is here. Deep Value is here. Thank you all for the knee emojis. They're coming through. It's out of control. There's no stopping this party. Untamed Viking, thank you. Dude, thank you again. Here we go. I can't even keep up with them all. They're just coming in like crazy. The knee emoji attack is underway. DH Ruda is here. Deep Value again. Beach Boy, Caverde. This is fantastic. It's just ridiculous, actually. I am scared to be greedy. I close my oil trade at the price I want, mostly $1-2 lower. Then I sit back and go softly higher, and you just see a screaming short. What can I say? Constantine is putting in the knee emojis again. Thank you, everybody. Nick S. is saying, Uncle Bruce, U.S. Steel is ready to test November 18th low. Let's hope for you this is going to happen. I hope that those U.S. Steel shares take a dump for you. That'd be great. 26.69 down 51 cents now on U.S. Steel. So, woohoo. Spicy Android, thank you for the knee emojis as well. They're just coming through here. I'm trying to, I get a lot of these who are blocked. I have to unblock them. Do it manually, do the best I can. Fabulous. The knee emoji attack is underway. In this market now, we're down 83 points on the Dow. We're at 2254 on GameStop. S&P down 16. NASDAQ is now down 80 points. So the markets are backing off. Blair's throwing in the emojis. Here comes some more from Deep Value Investing, one after the other. They're coming in. Thank you for 97 thumbs ups, you guys. We are 3 away from 100. Yeehaw, we love it. Let's see what else is going on here. Down 75 on the Dow. GameStop is down 80 cents. We've got ATIP at 30.9, down 2.1 cents. Tesla down $7 to 172.70. SoFi down 1.5 cents to 4.30. We've got Apple at $140.02, down 2.89. We're going to break 140 today. HPQ is down 43 cents to 27.88. Amazon is just up 6 cents. Home Depot is holding a 120 gain, but it's given up some ground. Cisco down 47. Netflix up 154. Pfizer holding a 58-cent gain. IBM down 30. Microsoft down $1.02. Vatic Vectors down 26 cents. We got Adobe now at 325.82, down 533. Goldman down 204. Google down 215. Boeing off 212. Moderna up 567. Meta Platforms down 29 cents to 113.88. 23andMe is holding $3 even. Rocket Lab $3.91 down 8.5. ME, by the way, down 2 cents. Matterport is up a half a penny. SmartRent up 22.5 today. It's having a good day. $2.43 on SmartRent. The volume here 869,000, right up to 243, near the high of the day of 246. This is not back though to where we were last week. Last week we were at 247.48, 250 range, 253 range. So we need another dime to get it all back because we did crap out. What was it yesterday? The 214, and that's the all-time low. Was yesterday. And so here we are now, 243 from a 214 all-time low. So definitely some support coming in here. I'd love to see this on ATIP if I had my druthers. Dude is saying, Uncle Bruce, I am now writing on 19 contracts. No poor man cover calls yet, but soon I will be there. Rock and roll, man. Very cool. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, are you staying on for the GameStop quarterlies or just going to talk about them at the primetime show? I'm kind of looking to stick around for the quarterly. I want to see those and be with you for that. Nick S, I'm looking to buy a new smartphone, debating which one to buy, Samsung or Apple. Credit Savage says, good afternoon, my friends. I hope all of you bought back some covered calls and took money off the table. I bought back my April 2023 2750s, and I bought back my January 2023 2750s, my 26 and a quarters, while GameStop hit 22 bucks. Nice $2,000 profit, and I'm patiently waiting to write by Friday again. Bobby, Android over Apple, price and availability. Nick, Zeta State in BC, 99 thumbs up. I'm your Gretzky today. Pride punching and welcome and thank you. Credit Savage, Nick, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is probably the best phone I've had. The 1 terabyte phone is insane. Coyote, appreciate you hanging for earnings. Uncle B, I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they look like when they come through. Yeah, kind of looking forward to that. Thank you all, one and all, and everyone for being here. It's great to have you around. We're watching these markets here coming into the final 34 minutes of the day. A number of folks have been able to score some nice returns on their contracts this week. And of course, with GameStop dropping $4 going into today, and now we're down at $22.77, we've had a nice backing up. And for some of you, it's been perfect if you've had December calls. These December 16s that some of you wrote, you now are noticing them down, way down in price from where they were a month ago. The January 20th contracts, they are shrinking in. And so opportunities are popping up here and there. Those of you who've written, March and April's and so on, it's not so much of a hurry thing right now. Right now, you're probably sitting on calls that are out of the money, in a healthy way. You're going to let the earnings come out tonight. Let's see what the shares want to do here in the next day or two, and we'll adjust accordingly. If the shares drop off some more, well, then folks will go from 27s, 28s to 24s and 23s. Some folks will go from 26s to 23.75s or 25.50, whatever they are. We'll play it by ear. We'll just go with the stock and say thank you. May I have another? Excellent. Let's see. What else is going on here? Zed on Nick. I got the Samsung Fold 3. You will flip if you put it in your hand. You won't believe it. Splitter, I recommend always the Sony's. Good camera, good functions. UHD in the last generation. 3 years ago, had displays. Oh boy, it could fall down out of your hoodie on the street. No scratches. JR was able to gear down to 25s January 20 on GameStops for $269. Right on 5 contracts. Beach Boy credit. How much does the Ultra go for now? Do you know? Zeta State, Nick, the Tesla phone will be called Pi. Then your car will be the hotspot. Untamed Viking, Nick, I enjoy my S10 Note. Been learning animation on it. Mirko, could you buy Xiaomi? Is that how you say it in the US? I know it is a Chinese company, but they're building phones like Apple camera processor stuff, but they only cost 100 to 250 euros working with Android. Wing Commander, just don't go down the Android route. I had a bunch of these over the years. All of these had performance degradation sooner or later. Wing Commander, iPhone 11 Pro Max still runs smoothly 3 years later. How about that? There you go. We are now down 34 on the Dow at the moment. We've got a 12-point drop on S&P. Nasdaq down 68.9 now. We're down 211 on oil. The GameStop is 22.73 off 66 cents. ATIP is 30.8 cents a share. Down 2.2 cents. Tesla is down to 172.99. SoFi 431.5, down a half a penny. Apple 140.21, down 270. HBQ 27.88, down 40 There you go. That's where we're at. Flint Creek is saying, "Hi kids, Splair. I'm gonna probably buy next year a new Sony just to have this one I actually use for trading only." Michael X Max here runs like a champ. Christina just sold 22 GameStops for this Friday with a strike of 24.5. I got 79 cents for those. Writing out of the calls about $1.75. Quick 79-cent hit is what someone is looking for. Rock and roll. JR, wouldn't it be best to get the new iPhone? If they aren't raising prices, then the new features are a free upgrade. One would think if you can get them. There's now delays, shortages of phones, amazingly. Well, see how that plays out. Millions of shortages, millions of phones short. I wonder, geez, I can't imagine what 6 million iPhones looks like. I mean, how big of a warehouse? I know they're small, the boxes and everything, they're not that big, but 6 million of them? That's got to be humongous. Wing Commander, they did not raise prices in the U.S. due to exchange rates, which was a different story in the EU. That's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, that's true. Credit Savage, Mirko, that's because they are the Apple phone. Stolen intellectual property by Xiaomi and Communist China, and of course, reverse engineering for sure serves Apple right for moving their company to China. Beach Boy, Flint Creek, welcome. We noticed that the cashmere fragrance over here. We're noticing that. Michael, I'll never pay over $1,000 for a dang phone. I'll buy the 14 in 3 to 4 years. Ha ha. Christina, after earnings tonight, is there a call? They say there will be a phone call. I won't stick around for it, but I'll be around for the release of the financials because those phone calls are just a bore. But you're welcome to find them. They're probably going to be on a YouTube channel somewhere. Richard, I purchased a Note 4 in 15, replaced it with a Note 20 Ultra last spring, 2021, replaced one battery in the first phone. Bobby, I used to purchase BLU phones, blue, so cheap for a simple phone user. JR, why the face is up with U.S. Steel? Just when is it going my way? It reverses. ARG. Wing Commander, I spent $1,850 for a Pro Max 256 GB with Apple Care and a leather case this year. 3 years ago, got a 512 GB Virgin with Apple Care for $1,500. Yikes, that's a lot of money. Flint Creek, yes, I picked that fragrance out of hundreds I sampled. Nickel saying, I want to buy the phone just for efficient trading. That's what I want to do with my phone. Efficient trading is what I need right there. Right on, guys. Right on. Beach Boy, Michael, you got that right, buddy. Never paid more than $300 myself over here, and that's including duties and VAT taxes and whatnot. Interesting stuff. Well, everyone has their favorites. We're up a third of a point for the Dow Jones. Now we're down 1.5 points for the Dow Jones. It's a soft 27 minutes to go here. We got a 7.8 point loss on S&P and 54 on NASDAQ. Yes, let's see. Consumer borrowing continues to grow at a solid rate in October. That's good for companies like SoFi, people borrowing more money. We'll see what happens. Oil down 210 at $72.15, almost a 3% drop today on oil. Been a bad 2 weeks for oil now. Interesting stuff. Michael says, Beach Boy, exactly. Splair, just figured it out again. I have actually still the Xpera 5. Christina, did Auntie Jen have her hip surgery? No, she goes in for her first consultation with her surgeon right after the weekend. It's coming up. Beach Boy, Flint Creek, told you. Wing Commander, Nick, check your trading apps on iOS, Android. For example, IBKR on Android couldn't scroll option chains beyond 3 months, period. Android shambles as usual, went back to my iPhone. Flint Creek, Nick, did you like the cashmere samples? I would love to send a week's worth of amenities for your hotel. JR, hope we have more tax sell-off tomorrow. Lorraine, I have a Samsung Note 20 Ultra and an old Note number 9. Credit Savage. You guys do know your phone is a write-off since you use it to conduct research on it as well as trade and watch Uncle Bruce, right? You do know it's a write-off. That's good to know, isn't it? Yes, you should be able to find ways to make sure you talk to your tax preparer, your professional, to get the cost of the phone or depreciation on your phone and your plan as a legitimate business expense off the top of any gains you have, lowering your tax bill. How about that? Perhaps your internet at home is a write-off. Your laptop might be a write-off because if you use it to write contracts and to follow the markets, or your big ass iPad, perhaps a desktop, whatever you're using, could be additional write-offs that you're just waiting to go with here. Anyway, there you have it. Flint Creek, thank you, Uncle Bruce. You are on my website now with links. Alberto, rock and roll. Alberto, wait a minute. Cashmere samples. Ugh, I thought I was the one and only smelling so dang nice. Mirko, the Curtis Evans Wall Street. I know. I simply don't care if I could buy a phone with half an Apple on it for 1,500, or the same phone for about 150 with no Apple on it. Built by the same guys. Laughing out loud, Bobby. I hadn't considered that credit. I'll be thinking about that during taxes. That guy says, "Wow, next door neighbor just sold his house for 45,000 over asking." Are people still doing this? I guess even inflation and higher interest rates don't stop people from buying. When will this stop? Flint Creek, all my bagel men need to smell good. Michael, I also never buy brand new phones, so the general public can beta test the bugs for me first. DQ. Alberto, don't you dare limit a girl's profits with your ego. Yeah. Alberto is laughing out loud. We're down 31 again on the Dow. Another sell wave has come through here. Quite interesting. Let's see, Flint Creek, you guys make me laugh out loud. Kent Bruce, a question about the Christina's right for this Friday. You never talk about writing that close. Is that a good idea, or are there disadvantages to writing so close to expiration? Seemed like a good idea to me. Well, I'm not a big fan of it, but I recognize this, that look, if you do write calls for this Friday or next Friday, and the market goes against you, you can do rollovers, right? You can always do a rollover. What I've noticed though is that newbies, those who don't have that much experience, they will write contracts and they will at times buy them back relatively quickly because they're looking at they're not looking to really hold till expiry. They're looking for a decent gain, and they'll run. But what I've noticed on this channel up until a couple of months ago, when I started to insist to say to you folks, it would be a good idea to write further out contracts for some dough. Because I recognized a couple of things. And one of the things I noticed is that the premiums are shrinking on GameStop. So if you want to bring in big fat premiums, you got to give it a little more time because the premiums are still very good further out. But what would happen is people would write a call for 90 cents or 80 cents, and then they would buy them back for 20, 25 cents. And what would really be going on here is if they had just written a 1 month out call and brought in $3.50, let's suppose $3.50, $3.50 times 20 contracts, that's $7,000. Now, when you haul in a call for $3.50, you haul in that kind of money, or a $4.50 or a $5.50, you tend to be a little more patient. You're not as edgy, especially if you're out 3, 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And this gives you dollars of gains, not pennies of gains. And so what was happening here was a lot of people were talking about selling a call for $1.60 and buying them for $1.35, and then they would sell one for $1.15 and buy them for 85 cents. They'd sell one for $1.95 and buy them for $1.60. There was a lot of short-term, very quick in and out trading. There was nothing wrong with that, but the dollars weren't being made, only pennies. And people are not able to retire or quit their day jobs making pennies like that, unless you can write 100 at a time and make $2,000 on the 20-cent move per flip. You're not going to be able to pay bills. You're just going to be nickel and diming away, and you've got to be trading and trading and trading and trading all the time. And really, if you're going to do that, you should be on a level 3 system, glued to your screen to take advantage of 15 and 20 and 30 and 40-cent moves. Like I said, though, there's nothing wrong with writing calls for Friday. And if you're gambling that the shares will stay out of the money, and with tonight's earnings report, you're gambling because you're not going with the stock, you're going with your gut. And I'm trying to convince you folks to learn to go with your stock. Let the stock do all the work for you, all the guessing. Let the stock show you where it wants to go, and bring in the dollars that will allow you to change your economic life. Because what happens many a time is people are not used to the fact that with these options, being able to write options, people don't get how rich they can get doing it. It's never happened to them before. They've never had a scenario where an account has just made them gobs of money on a consistent basis, week in, month out. We've had scenarios on this channel and any other channel you choose where people will say from time to time, oh, yeah, I bought 10 grand worth of blood. I sold it for 15 grand or 20 grand. I made a really good buck on that. The so-called lottery, a lottery win trade. Excuse me. But when it comes to writing options and making steady income from it and making enough of an income from it to change your life, your economic reality, you've got to bring in thousands of dollars in a month. Thousands, maybe 10,000, 15,000. You can't be satisfied with $1,000 a month here, $300 a month there, $800, $1,200. That is not success. That is day trading for pennies. And you're wasting a lot of your time, of which you haven't got to waste. We only go around one time. And if you're going to build an account to the point where you can haul in $30,000 a month in premiums, you have to build it to a certain level that is comfortable for you to trade in. You're never going to make $30,000 a month pulling out 79-cent premiums. You can't make $5 if you only bring in 79 cents. It's true that if you pull in 79 cents and you don't buy them back in 3 days, and then on Monday you write again, you've made 79 cents in 3 days. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it isn't sustainable for a full-time income. It doesn't change your economic life. And if you've got bills or IOUs, loans, credit card outstanding balances, a car in the garage that needs 5 grand worth of work and you never have the money for it, whatever the issue is, you're not going to bring enough money in on these small little trades to get to that point in time to knock these off, because you now need 10 or 15 of these trades to make it work. Whereas if you can write $6.50 premium contracts, $5 premiums, $3.50 premiums, whatever it is, between 3 weeks and 6 weeks out or 8 weeks out, or you write a call that has got 10 weeks to go, but your intention is to buy that call back in 2 to 4 weeks anyway. You're not going to wait 10 weeks. You're going to write a 10-week call, but you're going to buy it back in the next 3-4 weeks. And you pull in $3 or $4 profit on a flip like that, and you did 20 of them. There's $6,000 to $8,000 in one trade. And now forget about all these little nickel and dime trades. Way too much work to do the nickel and dime trades. There's too much work. You're constantly stuck in front of the machine. Constantly. It'll kill you. It'll stress you out. It'll wear you out. And at the end of the day, you'll make no more money, because that's generally what happens. Is these larger trades that take longer to develop, they do develop. And when they score very nicely. The other beautiful thing about writing calls that are 2 months out, 3 months out, is stocks can go up $2 or $3 in a couple of days for whatever stupid reason they do go up when they shouldn't. And your calls only go up a half a buck to a buck. They just don't react as much because it's all time premium, huge gobs of time premium that now have to be replaced with book value. And that's if the shares run enough. That's where you're really covered. And this is where your blood pressure stays down here. Option writers are should generally be rather calm people. They don't have to be hyped up. And it's a lot easier to think clearly when you're calm and you have time and no one can push you into a hurry up trade. That's the best part about it. If you're an adrenaline junkie, you're going to write short-term calls all the time. That's all you're going to do. You're going to take risky bets all the time. It You can still win as a writer doing that, but you may not make any more money than the same writer that just takes their time with bigger positions longer term out. That's it. So there's nothing wrong to it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just different. Credit Savage, Flint Creek, Cashmere. Wait, what? I must know if it smells delicious. Flint Creek, I must have a sample. Alberto, Uncle, I am here. I've been absent due to the number of engineers who are down. I want or I need to retire. I hear you there, my friend. We got to get you to that level. Michael, never buy a first model year car either, folks. Alberta, almost here. Thanks to your teachings. Rock and roll, buddy. Flint Creek, email me an address, Savage. Nick S., I am tired of the not having enough memory to have other apps installed. I need to watch my motel remotely when I'm away, but I'm always running out of memory, and it's annoying that this is why I need to buy a new one. Credit Savage, it's a Hotmail account. We're down to 14 minutes to go. Beach Boy, Wing Commander, why so? I got IBKR on my Android mobile phone, and there's a possibility to change the chart for Max. That's until 2024, 2025, depends on the stock. Dude saying pretty soon we'll be able to recognize either by smell, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. Credit Savage, Flint Creek, here we go. Robert, Bank of International Settlements warns of 2023 Black Swan, a derivatives time bomb. Flint Creek, I can't mail a sample via email, silly. Bobby, this newbie during the first months, I made $50. Smash the buyback buttons. There we go. Alberto, so my straggler shares just allowed me to roll over using the profits from the stragglers. I buy the shares in the 170 price, sell them at 190. The $30 per share has been working. Okay, I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Alberto, Bobby, that's someplace I was in for a long time. Again, I don't know what's going on here. DH, okay, Bobby, I was the opposite. I bet I can squeeze a little bit more out. GameStop jumps. The old surfer, good day all, number 115. We're at 2250, by the way, on GameStop. We have 13 minutes to go. The Dow's down 24 points already. Alberto, yeah, okay. Coyote, this is a great talk. DH, I suspect this will be a topic tonight. Bobby, I don't have diamond hands or folded arms of steel yet. Alberto, and just like that, the goat of the poor man covered calls appears. What's up, Coyote? Alberto saying, what's up? Okay. Beach Boy, Nick, have you considered Matterporting your motel? Oh, I see. Matterporting. DH, Bobby, my arms are made of lead and it's burned me more often than not. Okay, what else is going on here? AZ, to buy GameStop before or after earnings? That is the question. I am so confused. Alberto, Bobby, I bet you have Hulk Hogan's arms. Yeah, brother, says Bobby. Splair, I just like to use both the small trades and big ones so you can get a cash for useless stuff, as well as in my case, you can pay the bank withdrawal fees. DH, if you like the price, buy, but write immediately. All right, Nick. Not yet, but soon. I will be looking into doing the Matterport. It will be viewed by millions. I'm doing lots of other renovations at present to make our guest experience better. I am looking into offering free, healthy breakfast and many other amenities. Nick S., Beach Boy, Nick S., and Smart Rent. Splair, but you agree it's much better when you take time and relax. Okay. Nick, I didn't think so, but it was a brand new property. What else is going on? AZ, DH. Yeah, it's a good price. I just don't know if Black Friday is actually here yet for the stock. All right. Nick, I am doing all this stock trading to get money to get all my ideas implemented at my hotel, which is my American dream. There you go. And Coyote, Alberto, what's up, Alberto? Coyote, AMC's had an absolute hell of a 3-day beating. Yes, it has. AMC is getting the crap kicked out of it, isn't it? Let's see. What else we got going here? We now are looking at a 26.95 drop on the Dow, 26.95 points. GameStop's down a buck now at 22.34. It's sinking here in the last 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes to go, and GameStop is sinking again, 22.34, down $1.05. ATIP at 30.4 cents, down 2.6 cents. Tesla 173.60, down 6.22. I have SoFi at 4.31 now, down a half a penny, and Apple at 140.70, down 2.21. 22.30 on GameStop, down $1.09. It's still sinking quickly. The low of the day, 21.97 was the low of the day on GameStop. The volume now for GameStop, 7.91 million shares. All right. That is the latest over there. 22.23 now, down 116, another 6-7 cent drop on GameStop. 22.25 at the moment. So it's running into some selling. HPQ down 45 cents to 27.86. Cisco down 40. Pfizer holding a 56-cent gain right now. 22-point drop on the Dow with 9 minutes left in our day. Okay, everybody. Thank you all. Zeta State is saying here that my 8 GameStop with a strike of 30 expires January 20 for $250 now. I could buy them back and roll down for more premium, couldn't I? Yes, you could. You could write 25s. For the same expiry date if you want, or you could write 25s for February and bring in more premium. Just a matter of what you want to do. Let me take a look at Feb 25s just for fun. February the 17th expiry. The 25s are showing 330 to 350, so you'd be maybe hauling in $1. If you wrote 23.75s for February, you're bringing in between $3.55 and $4. Maybe you can scoop $3.95 for those. That'd be $1.45 more for your 8 contracts, $1,200 more. Or just look back into January, where you are now. Let's see, I'm assuming you have the third. Yeah, you have the third Friday, so that's Jan 20s. So yours are 30s. They're sitting at 145 to 155, the Januaries. And if you were to go from the 30s to the 25s, you could go up to 260.69. 23.75s will get you 292 to 315. So maybe you could double your dough. Maybe buy back at 140, 150, and then right around 3 something, and that would double up some more money and stay in January. Thoughts, possibilities. Now both GameStop calls are up, and one from yesterday 10%, and the other one last week for April the 5% to now 30 in total. Right on. DH premiums on GameStop are holding strong even with the drop. A miraculous Uncle Bruce. I'm looking to write 3 covered calls. Just got myself out of GameStop jail because I wrote 25s at the last low. I really don't want to do this again. Where and what should I be looking to write? Well, again, you have to decide, how long you want to hold for, and are you going to look for a nice sized premium right here? Again, can't read your mind on this, but look, if you're writing 25s, I don't know which ones you just bought back. I guess it doesn't say, does it? No, I don't know which ones you just bought back. So I don't know what you want to write. I'm lost here. Okay. I'm not sure what else to say here. We're right now at 22.14 on GameStop, down $1.25. The low of 21.97 here. We're down 7 on the Dow. We're down 8.5 on S&P, and Nasdaq down 54. And H. Gregory, Bruce, I am number 122 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you. Miraculous. I have February's, Bruce. I had February 25s, and I just got them back. What do you think? Okay, I'm looking to write. Yeah, so you must have just bought them back, and now you're looking to write something else, right? Okay. Well, look, you want to wait till after the earnings, you can do that. They're coming out tonight, and see tomorrow what's going on. Let the stock tell you what it wants to do. It's not like you're going to miss anything. If you wait until tomorrow and the shares are sitting around this price, you might write 23.75s for January. January 16th. Close in, out of the money, pure premium. That might be the next move. Well, we can always talk about it tomorrow. H. Greg, you wait till GameStop goes up again and right out of the money if you're scared of jail. Laughing out loud. True. Splair and Tilray works for me again. Third time since September. 2 puts, 20th January at 4. 32% gain. And my call written in the money with a $4 strike for 30 December at 80, up 58%. Well done. JJ, buy this week. GameStop call spread as a hedge. All kinds of ideas out there. Up 22.11. We're still weakening here on the GameStop shares. 22.12, 22.09 now. 22.09. The low of 21.97. We're getting close here. 12 cents from the low of the day here on GameStop shares. Selling is coming in with now 4 minutes to go. Late sell-off happened here on GameStop, and now my light went out. I must have said something to somebody. This little unit is very hot, so I'm going to let it just cool off a bit. You'll just have to tolerate me in the dock. I'm in the dock here. Anyway, 22.26 on GameStop. 22.24. So we were doing a little dance here. We're up 19 on the Dow now with a little late rally with now 3 minutes to go. So let's see what happens. Bought 100 shares of GameStop, says H. Gregory. 22.75. Should have waited. Dang shorters. Well, I say I don't know. We'll see what happens. 22.30 now. A little bounce back coming in here, just a tiny bit. And let's see what happens on GameStop's report. Should have it at 10, 15 minutes after the close, I guess. Let's see what happens. All right. Let's see. Now you can say there's no lamp. Rugman is on the scene. Brian, 22.75 is nice. Good purchase, says Brian. 22.33, 22.36 right now on GameStop. Excuse me. ATIP at 30 cents, 30.2 cents. Now 30 cents even on ATIP. This is getting really cheap. It's a discount. Tesla down 5.55 to 174.27. SoFi 4.31 down 1 penny. Apple 141.01 down $1.90. HBQ down 47 to 27.84. We have 2 minutes to go in our day here. The last couple of minutes of our day as we are finishing off our trading. Oil down about $1.99. All right. Giddy up, kids. Let's see. Under $100 spree split, says Brian H. Gregory. Exactly. Will be 27 by next week. Nick, I have GameStop May 19, 2023. 30 call written for 6.5 right now, trading for 370, potential profit 33.66. Lock in the profit or wait. Well, like I said, you may want to wait until tomorrow. I don't know. It's a good profit. Nothing wrong with it. Even if the shares go up $1 tonight, that's not going to make much of a difference. You're still going to be in a profit position. You're sitting out of the money nicely. So no rush, but whatever. You could always buy back the 30s and write 27s. Buy back the 30s and write 25s and bring in more cash. Lock in this game, take another position at a higher level. Play that game. But we're running out of time. We have a minute to go, and we're just about done. Welcome. Everybody, Beach Boy, swear, don't let Uncle Bruce know. We know he's not telling the truth about the lamp right now. Don't let him know that we know that there is no about the no and the low no and the other no. Don't. Oh no, and don't let him know about Yoko, and don't let him know about this lamp either. Don't tell him. Don't let him know about that lamp. Oh no, there's another lamp. Oh, don't tell him about that. Bruce lies. You know how it is. Okay, we're just about done. Aren't we done, Larry? Yes, we're done. It's Larry time. Thank you, pal. Beautiful. There is no ring lamp. There's only Zool. There's nothing else but Zool. DQ, thank you, Larry Titus. Thanks, Larry, for the bells again. Welcome back. Just about 100 GameStop at the bell, says Vivash. 22.37 last trade. 22.29, 22.37 just. And we'll see what GameStop is going to do in the aftermarket. Now we're waiting to see what they have to say, what their earnings will reveal, and see what's going on. Last minute seemed to last 8 minutes, says Coyote. Anyway, the moment of truth, says AZ. Let's see, Spire at 119 at the bell. Neat. There you go. All righty. 22.38 on the aftermarket right now in GameStop seems to be what we've got here. Okay. We'll see what it wants to show us. 22.39 on GameStop. The ME shares were down a penny at the end of the day. Rocket Lab were down 6 cents. Matterport down 2 cents. Here we go. Smart Rent was up 23 to 244. Spire 118.7 down 5.3 cents. Sextera 183 at the bell, down 5 cents on the day. Royal Caribbean down $1.07. The AMC Ape combination down 78 cents today. They're now trading at $6.85 combined. The preferred shares are 81 cents. It's just a disaster. Bed Bath & Beyond, 326 down 7.5. Carvana down to 384 a share, down 287 on Carvana. Just a disaster, complete disaster. We're off today. What is that? 40? Is that 40% off? That is a crushing hit. Let's see if I get this to work. I don't know if I can. Yeah, 42.7% loss on Carvana today. Yeah, well, this was a $300 something dollar stock, $274 in the last 52 weeks. Now $384 a share. How many would you like? It's one of those IPOs from a couple of years ago that Wall Street endorsed, and it was talked about, I'm sure, by CNBC, hyped as the best thing of all time. Stay away from SPACs, because IPOs are legit. That's what Wall Street brings to the market. And whatever Wall Street brings to the market is the best thing ever, except when it goes from the 300 level to the $3 level. Maybe then it's not necessarily the best thing of all time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here we go. I can't believe BW says that nobody pushed Carvana's IPO is going to jail or any fines of any kind. Biggest scam in our sales history. Funny, no congressional hearings on Carvana. People lost 99% of their money from the high of the year to where we are here. No congressional investigations going on. All is well. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing here to worry about. 22.50 on GameStop so far on 47,000 shares. We don't have the numbers out yet on GameStop. Watching to see when they release their financials, and we'll see what the stock will show us today. 22.49 last trade on GameStop. The Dow ended up with a 1.5 point gain. S&P down 7.3, NASDAQ down 56 points. No manipulation at the market end, I'm sure. There was no computer trading programming going on whatsoever. I'm sure it was all legitimate, all honest to God, real legit trading. I'm sure there was nothing to worry about on the markets. 22.40 on GameStop, losing a little bit of ground there. Let's see. If you bought GameStop today at all, I think you made a pretty good purchase. You waited with cash for it to drop several dollars in 2 weeks, and you swooped in. Patient moves like this pay off. I think anyone who's been buying the $10 deep in the money calls, for 2025, I think you're doing really nicely here. Robinhood isn't much better, but Carvana going to be the first to go bankrupt, flash in the pan for a year and a half, and then reality shotgun blast them right in the face. Constantine, Wednesday night primetime show will be fun today, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll be on the air. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me tonight or today. Look forward to seeing you this evening. 232 of you are here. Fantastic. Welcome one, welcome all. Let's see. Especially those January 2025 leaps. They're a deal. GameStop is down to 2160. Big drop. Brian, I've done that 3 times so far in the past couple of months. Back up to 2191. Yeah, I got 2192, 2148. GameStop moving. ER must be out. It's up. GameStop dropping. Yeah, though, to mention it, Coyote says 2138. Brian, the stock, anyways. 2125, 2150, 2146, 2121. We're down 81 cents here. Keep an eye on this crazy trading. This is what it does. CNBC. Let's see what they're showing on it. See if I can find anything over there. There we go. GME. Alrighty. GameStop 2111, 2172. Just whoa. It's all over the place. Down 54 cents on 154,000, it would appear. 2193, 2190, 2220. So I've got 3 different quotes for the stock right now. No idea what's really going on. JJ, it's dropping. It's getting slapped. Tomorrow it's opening at 21. Consolidation there. Nick, what I heard on that internet car buying was father and son during the buying and selling of their cars through their own companies, showing sales of revs artificially cooking the books. Let's see. Holy volatility, says Coyote. BW, here goes GameStop. Merco, 22.23 and up and up and up. The credit's average. It's yo-yoing from 21 to 22 to 99. $22, $22.28, $21.88, $21.89. AZ GameStop doesn't know what it wants to do. Oh no, GameStop. Ouch. Brian, no one knows what is going on here. DH, it's all over the place. Splair, I have 2 different quotes as well. I've got it now at 21.88, 21.97, and 22.05. Those are all lower. In the aftermarket, all lower, waiting for the earnings to be released. Earnings out, says Coyote. First trade says 2190 to 2209. Coyote net sales were 1.18 billion, 1.186 billion compared to 1.297 billion prior year third quarter. JJ GameStop third quarter sales 1.19 versus 1.3 estimated. We are 2243, 2229, 2241. Sales attributable to new and expanded brand relationships were strong in the quarter, while sales in the collectibles category remained strong on a year-to-year basis. Coyote inventory was 1.1 billion at the close of the period compared to 1.14 billion last year. Coyote cash equivalents and marketable securities, 1 billion at the close of the third quarter. David Scott looks like it missed pretty rough. Loss of 31 cents, estimate of 28, revenue 1.1 versus an estimate of 1.3. Splair, yeah, some interesting games went out, and PS5 players need a second controller. Testy Donkey, the important long-term debt remains limited to a low-interest unsecured term loan established with the French government response to COVID-19. That's correct. 2215, 2222, 2226. So we're down. We're definitely lower. Down 14 cents, 7 cents, 6 cents. I actually struggle about a third one because the first one is now broke the second time in a year with the stick drift. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Financial Mischief. It's all over the place, says Financial Mischief. It's all over the place. 2220 on CNBC, 2220 on MarketWatch, 2220 on my device. All the same now, but lower by 27 cents. 121,000 on MarketWatch. CNBC is claiming a volume now of 237,000, last at 2021, 95 now, 21.95. down 31 cents according to CNBC, 21.92 on on Yahoo, and now 22.24, 22.25, and 22.24. So I mean, we're almost unchanged again. You want to tell me what's going on? It's all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, financial mischief 21.92. David Scott, I think there's some shows a low of 21.11 after hours. DH, GameStop doubled its average volume. There you go. If it can't trade on a day like today, when is it ever going to trade? I mean, come on, you got to come out with the earnings. Missed earnings per share by 11%, says the old surfer. 22.20, 22.20, and 22.20. There we go. Down 15 cents or something like that, 12 cents. Now 22.15. There it is. Okay. Whatever cross cuts they made, I bet you are being interfered with inflation. And that is squeezing margins, and that is hurting earnings per share. You're not going to double your sales. There's no way they're going to do that. Anyway, BW Bruce, that's all gobbly doodly good. What is your consensus on what that earnings was? The apes that own this thing don't seem to give a crap one way or the other. What's the market going to say tomorrow? Yeah, well, I just, oh boy. Why would the stock go up? You know, why would the shares go higher tomorrow with this news today? I don't know. Let's see if my ring lamp works. Let's see if this will work or not. Oh, I think it will. Oh, yeah, baby. My ring lamp is back. How about that? Which means I can turn this other lamp back off because it makes noise. There we go. We're back to the ring lamp. Hi, everybody. All right. Well, I guess since I completely bought back my GameStop covered calls, we're going to tank hard, laugh it out. It's okay. We got time, baby. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe she'll have a little dead cat bounce in the morning and you can get a nice premium. 22.59 on my phone. 22.50 up 24 on CNBC. 22.49 up 22 on Market Watch. Maybe he wants to go to 23 and a half tomorrow morning and you'll write some calls. Bring in some premiums and then watch shrinkage all over again. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Isn't this fun, says Brian? Isn't it? What lamp? Wing Commander, I am struggling. I can't sleep. What is the word you're using instead of educated? I think it's called edumacated. Edumacated. That guy, what lamp? Coyote. BW, I read one ape just now that saw net sales were 1.186 billion compared to 1.297 billion in the prior year's third quarter, and asked, "Is that good?" Sophisticated, yes. One of those 24-year-old desk traders that we were talking about this morning. 2270 I saw for a moment. 2256. 2278, 2256. So we're everywhere. I don't know where we're going. I just know we're off about almost $5 from 3 days ago. So I know that much. 2281, higher. I see it higher. 2281, 2250, 2276, 2281. 150,000 traded over here, 400,000 traded over there. I don't know how many traded over here. No idea. We got a lot to wonder about. Isn't this fun? This is good times. This is such good times. Let's see what this says here. Third quarter results from the company. Here's a release from GameStop itself, and likely they're going to read this verbatim on their conference call. They usually do. 2240, by the way, only up 13. GameStop today released financial results for the third quarter, ended October 29, 2022. Third quarter overview. Net sales were 1.186 billion compared to 1.297 billion. Let's see. Selling, general, and administrative expenses were 387.9 million, or 32.7% of sales, compared to 421 million or 32% of sales prior third quarter. Notably, SG&A, sales, general, and administrative expenses, as a percentage of revenue was down on a sequential basis from 34.1 cents from the second quarter of this year, reflecting the company's ongoing cost reduction efforts. Layoffs, letting people go. Inventory is 1.13 billion compared to 1.14 billion. Cash and equivalent marketable securities, 1,042 million. Long-term debt, not an issue. They're holding a conference call at 5 o'clock. So that's coming up, kids. There you go. Gross profit for the 13 weeks ended October 29 versus 2022 versus 2021. Gross profit, 291 million versus 318. Operating loss was 96 million versus 102 million because they had lower costs. Interest income was 3.7 million because they have money on the bank. Loss before income taxes, 92 million versus 103 million. Net loss, 94 million versus 105. Loss per share, 31 versus 35. Diluted, 31.35. Number of shares outstanding, 304 million versus 303 million. Percentage of net sales, 100%. Cost of sales, 75.4%. Gross profit, 24.6%, same as last year. Selling administrative, 32.7 versus 32.5. But they had losses. Let's move on here. For 39 weeks, for the first 39 weeks of the year, sales 3.7 billion versus 3.75 billion. Cost of sales 2.82 billion versus 2.78 billion. Gross profit 872 million versus 969. Selling, general, and administrative expenses 1.22 versus 1.17. Operating loss 357 million versus 201 million. What else? We got losses. We got losses. Loss per share $1.19 versus 82 cents. Versus 304 million shares out versus 286 versus last year. That's where they're at here. I mean, it's just, it's a nothing burger. I really tell you, I really believe this is a nothing burger we got going on here. Where I don't know if we're going to have any change whatsoever. 22.42 I see now, 22.36, 22.35, 22.36. We're up a dime maybe. So we got a nothing burger here. We may be flat tomorrow morning, which means all of you who have written calls out there, all of you have written all these calls, and you went out in time, like I mentioned you should. You're benefiting now from all of that. You're absolutely scoring a home run here because these shares are backing off. Your calls are backing off. Your premiums are shrinking out, and you're being rewarded. Anyway. Tomorrow's gonna be an interesting day. You got that right. Credit Savage. I hope them apes are buying these GameStop cheapies by the thousands and taking them off the market. Would be cool to pop the $30 for a little bit so we can write some more 2750s for $10 premiums. Old Surfer likes that one. Yeah, what else? Yeah. I still can't get over the fact that you still lose 150 subs a week. The 8-second attention span is real. People aren't getting that. This is a channel where you really make money. Yeah, we're not losing that many, but yeah, we're still losing subscribers. We're probably losing about 75, 80 a week, maybe. Yeah, about 10 a day. Kind of 8-10 a day out of the 82,000. You guys know when you're here with me live, what have I got? 250 people watching, 220, 240 out of 80,000. I mean, there's a very small number that want to write calls, but those who write calls do very well. Isn't that funny how that works? What can I say? Yeah, folks are not interested in doing the actual work. Mirko, get me rich quick, folding my arms. How does that work exactly? They don't, and that's the market. Option writers are a rare breed, really, and I was very pleased to bring it to your attention over a year ago, knowing I knew a year and a half ago that this would appeal to a sliver, but there's enough people here to catch it, and it will pay. It will pay for you. It'll pay for me. The classes, the one-on-ones, and the margins you guys are going to make. There will be a point in time where my losing number of subscribers will be replaced with new subscribers, because I'm always adding new subscribers, but I lose more than I add. There will come a point where the turnaround happens, but it doesn't matter to me, because when we have 400, 500, 600 watching at a time, then you'll know, oh wow, he's at 500, 600 viewing watching at a time. They're probably all members now and more. That's a growing channel, and away we are. You'll see names you've never recognized before. That's likely going to happen too. But this is a long-term deal, not a one-night flip, isn't it? Many of those old followers are not investors or traders. They were late to the GameStop party. They got wiped out in this bear market. I agree. Wing Commander D.A. Truda says to Wing Commander, patience and perseverance no longer exist in today's society. Mirko, I just listened to Uncle Bruce over a longer time, and you'll get it. Thankfully, I found you and still hang around here. Thanks for all your work, buddy. You got it, man. FX 230 watching, only 134 thumbs ups. Get with it, people. Wing Commander, isn't this a showcase of how many folks are buying calls to gamble in the casino and how few people are the casino? There you go. BW, you're losing subs because people don't have discretionary money, or at least they don't think they do, to take control of their finances and change their lives. They don't understand they can. They don't believe they can. I talk about it. They don't hear it. They just don't believe it. They've been so brainwashed by their the propaganda they've been fed all their life. They just don't believe that they can really take it over. TJ, how long do you think you will do this, Bruce? I have no idea. Nick, we will have fun next year, hopefully, when SoFi goes above 10. We're all going to be making some huge money. Looking forward to that. Yeah, this is for a while. Yeah, I love doing this. This to me isn't really work. It is work, but it isn't work. I really enjoy doing this, and I get such a kick out of viewers having one-on-ones with me, letting me know how they're doing, sending me emails, being here. It's exciting, and every day is a different day on this market. I mean, geez, there's never the same day twice, is there? It's unbelievable. Coyote, many aren't here to learn how to be a writer. It takes a lot of patience, practice, and fundamental understanding of the market. They aren't doing the math. They want to be pointed to the exact calls to buy or write. Zed, Uncle Bruce, what is the latest time on Sunday for a one-on-one? I have one spot left on Sunday, and that is 10 o'clock Eastern time. It's the only slot I got left. The other two are gone for this Sunday. If you're interested, let me know. Send me an email and let me know what you want to do. Otherwise, I can slot you in for next Sunday, but I have to, I may or may not be able to deliver next Sunday, depending on Jen's appointments. But we'll see. I don't anticipate next Sunday I'll be running to the hospital or not, but again, I don't know. So this Sunday is open. Next Sunday, I'm taking reservations, and I'll kind of confirm them later when I can. All right, 22.35, up 9 cents on GameStop. Beach Boy, I have only 8 seconds attention span. That's why I've been here just 20 months. I have an 8-second memory, and I'll never forget the story about. What was I talking about? Never mind. Marco is at a state general. It is usually it's 10, 12, and 2. BW, completely agree, Clippers. I was nervous with poor man cover calls. And yes, did I lose money on buying calls last year? Of course. But you're giving me life lessons that will change my family's trajectory forever. Thank you. Right on, buddy. Right on. I'm pumped about this. It's one of the things that just makes this so much fun. So much fun. I love it. All right. Thank you all for being here with me. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you also for these thumbs ups. We now have got 150 of them for the show. Thank you all for helping out with the thumbs up meter. 150 thumbs ups here on the afternoon show. It makes a difference. I appreciate it. And let's see what's going on. Have a great night, everyone. I will see you this evening. Those of you who are Gold Bagel members, I will see you this evening at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm just going to turn off this show. I'm going to turn the notification on for the primetime show tonight, being that it's Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Gold Bagel members, come on in. Let's talk about what GameStop is doing between now and 8 o'clock tonight. And we'll talk about strategies for tomorrow and talk about what we've been doing this week and kind of go from there. Pretty exciting stuff. And this is going to be cool beans stuff today. If I had found this channel when I was 19, God, the places I would be today. Any young viewers watching this and considering joining, you want to do it. Your future self will thank you so much. John Anderson, thank you, my friend. Aurora, thank you too. All of you for being here. BW 3,000 of each of the former SPAC minimum. The rights next year will be grand when they all rise. Giddy up. DQ. Friends don't let friends short X. Can't BW. I've made mistakes and learned my lesson along with the way too. Some reckless moves and a few dumb moves, but I am learning. Alberto, you are the man. Sorry on RD. So no PayPal on this company phone. Thanks for all you do. Thanks, Alberto. You're just awesome, man. You're one of the best. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Thank you all for being with us. Jen and I thank you very much for your support of the channel. And we'll catch you tonight, guys, if you can join us at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then we'll be here tomorrow morning for the Gold Bagel member pre-alert show, and then the 8:30 show for everybody. And let's see if we can make ourselves richer tomorrow. Another day, another couple of dollars. So let's get them your direction instead of someone else's. Gotta love that. Thank you, guys. Old Surfer, thanks for working overtime, Bruce. Nick S. TUUB, thank you. You got it, buddy. Ken, see you later. You betcha. Alberto, the road. I'm on the road, buddy. Thanks, man. DQ, see you tonight. Simpletons, Mandu. I'm late to the party, but I am number 153 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you, BW. I think we all know we're learning. When you go, crap, I lost a couple of $1,000 and you kind of go, so what? I'll again back up. TJ, bye, Felicia. Okay, DQ Alberto equals Alberto. It's all good. No matter how you say it, it's all good. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Catch you tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for the primetime show tonight. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, Bruce. Says WD. Thanks, pal. Beachboy. Oh man, you guys are unbelievable. You guys are crazy. Thanks, Beachboy. Alberta left me no choice. Sorry, he started it, and you're not getting away with this. It's a war. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it all. You guys are incredible as you always are to us. Thank you so very, very much. All right. I'm out of here. I'm telling you right now, I'm heading out of here. No one spot for 70 next, Alberto Beachway. That's the way. TJ, have a nice evening, everybody. Thanks, guys. All right. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye for now. Shekels to dollars comparison. See you tonight, I hope. Right on, guys. Thanks so much. All right.